Hello, everybody, and welcome to this slightly delayed Final Fantasy stream. I ended up getting slightly delayed. Let's call it that. Ended up starting work on dinner a bit late, and I had to do some things before the stream started, or before I could basically work on getting the stream set up. Yeah, it took a little bit longer than I wanted to, but you're here at least. It's gonna be a 1 hour shorter stream since I basically had to do all that stuff. Since I'm just gonna stop the stream at the usual 10 o'clock, since I'm currently trying to, but failing at going to bed at a decent time because I keep waking up at around like 11 or 12, which is not ideal. Also, it's been a few days since I last streamed. I think it was, I can't even remember what day was it that I last streamed. Just going to check the recordings. That was on the 2nd, so that means Thursday. Yeah, it's been a while. I basically missed the Friday stream. I don't remember why. I think I was just really tired that day, so I just didn't feel like it. And I missed the stream yesterday, which was partially because of the fact that I was tired, but also because I ended up basically just fucking around and not getting ready like a decent time, like the stream stuff. So yeah. Yeah, in terms of things I've done in between streams, I think I might have gotten a level. I'm not entirely sure. I have pulled up a few. Need to kill a small insect. I basically have like a ton of small insects all over my fucking apartment, and it's starting to get a bit annoying. I'm just crushing them every single time I spot one of them. They're basically like extremely tiny, small things that I just don't really want to deal with having around, and I don't know how to get rid of them properly. Anyway, I've leveled up some of my disciplines of the hand. It's a little bit higher. Just managed to get alchemist and leatherworker and goldsmith, I believe, to above 30 today, I think it was. And I have also leveled up archer a bit. I think I also ended up leveling up Buggalist. I think that's how it's pronounced, because of the where it is, fashion report. I basically wanted to try and get the bonus you can get from that, because basically the fashion report, no matter how many points you get, you basically get 10,000 MGP, which is a pretty damn high amount, considering that all you need to do is just go there and be like, check out my clothes, and then you basically get that. If you then get at least 80 points as the score, which I managed to do, there's basically like an entire Reddit that focuses on basically like giving information on like, this is how you do this stuff, like how like basically like these are the things that basically go for like all the different like categories, and like what color to call them in order to get points, and what alternatives there are for that specific thing. And then like they have that for all the different categories, and then below that they basically have like, okay, this is the easiest way to get the 100 points, which gives you a title and the same bonus of you basically get for getting 80 or above points. You basically get like 50,000 extra MGP. So getting 80 points is very valuable, because that means that you get 60,000 MGP which you can do basically from Friday at a certain time, I don't remember when, until Tuesday 10 AM, I believe it is. So that's pretty powerful. Yeah, they basically have just 2 boxes, which is like how to get at least, or how to get 100 so you can get the title, and how to get 80 in the easiest way possible. And I think the reason I'm basically a little bug this that time was because the phase thing was the one that they suggested was an eye patch. It's required, yep, this one. Eye patch required level 5 in addition of war, so I leveled that up. But then in the meantime, I've basically been leveling Archer just because I kind of want to get the performance thing, but I haven't gotten to 30 yet, so I've also been doing some reputation stuff, which is also one of the things that we're going to be doing today, which is I need to basically do a quest for the XIV, or to basically unlock the next relationship tier with the XIV. Because yeah, it took me 2 days to max that out. That there's basically a quest where it's like, I can't even find it over in this thing. This occult, I still don't know how to pronounce that. Basically this, you can deliver some things, kind of like with the mission allow, or these things, basically the supply and provisioning missions to a grand company. Here's just a quest you accept. You need to deliver these things, they give a certain amount of points, and you need to reach a certain amount, which is 30 in this case. You just need 3 of these things. Most of these things you can just buy. Like, you can buy this. You can buy this one. And you can buy this one, and this. And you just need to like get the right amount. And that's it. You can also get growth formula alpha. You basically just buy these things and just give them and complete the quest, and you get like, it's like 70 points you get of reputation, which is fucking insane. Let's see, what else have I done? Oh yeah, I have a glamour on my character now. I'm also in an FC now, the Uwu one, or Owo. I think it's Owo, it's actually pronounced. Yeah, I have a glamour. Let me actually, yep, that one. The reason I have this is because Friday, at some point during the day, I basically was in Gridania, and a person was basically just using the, I think was, I don't even remember what it's called, the it was the shout option in terms of like talking, which is basically like, for anyone who's playing World of Warcraft, I think it's technically like general chat for the area. But someone was basically advertising that, hey, they were gonna get married Saturday in game, and if you wanted an invite, you could just go and find them. I went and found them, got an invite, and then I fucked up the time. Because guess what? I thought that, oh, the time that's, because on the invitation there's like a date with the time, which said 9/4, which basically just meant the 4th of September at 1 p.m. So I assumed, okay, I'm going to assume that that is the server time, because that would make sense. Because nothing else said that, oh, this is like local time or server time. So I assumed, okay, it's probably server time. Which in my case is, I change it here, this is my local time. Granted it's 7, server time is 5, so I'm basically 2 hours ahead. I thought, okay, it's at 1 p.m. Server time. That means it just needs to be ready by 3 o'clock. Turns out it's set for local time. So I basically ended up missing the wedding by 2 hours, which kind of fucking pissed me off because I basically used a large amount of my money on these 3 pieces of clothing. But at least now I have a decent looking, like, normal, I guess, glamour, so that's nice. Anyway, let's get this.
Joy of joys. Sabo Endred returned just moments ago. He assured me that he merely got lost, and I smell just fine. At least, that's what I think he meant to say. Why, that leaves only Sabo Tendale. He was always the shy, retiring type. He was relaxing in his favorite pot when it was stolen away by a band of MLJA brigands. Could you find him for me? Oh, and take this fire sand just in case he's stuck inside.
Yeah, last time I streamed, I basically started helping Hap, who is, I believe he's supposed to be a zombie? Something. I don't really know. Yeah. We're basically just helping him find his Sapotenda friends, and that's gonna give us a pet. But yeah. Basically just want to finish up some of these like small things that I started on Thursday, and then after that we'll basically get started on the actual main story quest. There's the hot pot. I also got 2 new mounts. Just ended up getting this. Or those iBet thingies, I don't know what's called them, demons. Then also this Magitech Deathclaw. You can basically just buy them with the achievement certificate tokens. Yeah, just went and got those.
Sabo Tendale came back, then left just as quickly to go home with his brothers. Said that the winds of Van Allen were calling him home, or at least that's what I think he said. How nice it must be to have a family. Mine's long dead, dead, not undead like me. Still, just knowing that I have friends in this vast, lonely world is enough for me. Why, I suppose I can even call you a friend, too. You don't mind my odor, do you?
Event. I don't even know why I'm starting to fly. Let's see. Let's go around. Finish up some of these small quests that I have around the place. Curious, can I? Is it impossible to actually move the location of the chat? I have to say it's in a not exactly the best place. I kind of basically I'm not referring to like the Twitch chat that I have open, but or that's on stream, but more like the in-game chat, because as you can see, it's kind of down here, poking out a little bit. Plus, it also has like from around here, where I have the mouse, that's where the chat starts. So I kind of wish that I could, like, I don't know if I can shove it over here a bit. You know what, while that is moving, I'll look that up. Ah, okay, I just need to grab hold there. Okay. Huh.
Hail, tell me this, adventurer, do you know how the Aurum Vale earned its most in the cave? If
You know what, I don't really care. It's basically just information on the Aurum Vale. Already been there. I'll just grab the money. Guess increase the size of the chat a little bit on my end. Let's go with that. Okay, I guess we can go and continue a bit with the Smith of Legend. I don't know how much I'm going to be doing of this quest though, since from what I understand, this is basically going to start what is known as the Relic, or this is basically the start of the Relic weapon questline, which is like extremely, or at least pretty long quest lines that you can do in order to get like a special looking weapon.
A friend Onidrix, are you? Then you must be an adventurer of some skill. My business relies on capable people such as you. As a gesture of goodwill, I'm going to share with you a morsel of information. There's this bloke named Gerald. Makes his living in weapons and armor and whatnot. They say his skill is the finest in all the realm. Might be as it's gone to his head, though. Folks don't take to the man, if you get my meanin'. Oh, and he likes a drink, and all. Bloody Birgit himself in the forge, though. As a young lad, he was cast out on his ear by his master for the crime o' craftin' finer wares, and that while piss drunk. Ever since, he's roamed here and there, earnin' his keep day to day. I've known Gerald ever since I landed in this business. Ain't seen him for a while, though. And the last time I did, the OL fool had tears in his eyes and snot drippin' from his nose. Fallen on hard times, he said. Asked for a bit o' coin to tide him over. Never paid me back, neither. Couldn't say for sure where he is now. Seemed to remember hearin' he was in the Black Shroud, puttin' up at Hirst Mill or some such place. You might do well to commission his work. He'll even reforge the relics of old if you make it worth his while, and there ain't no other in Eorzea as can do that. If it's relics you care to know about, I've a promise o' payment what might catch your fancy. It don't look like much, but it'll get OL Gerald to fire up his forge. That much I promise.
Okay. So show the promise of payment to him. I guess the fastest way that would just... So you know what? I'll just teleport. Yeah, since we're here, we might as well accept this quest that's here as well. This is basically the Ixol that we found last time. Yeah, basically need to do this one in order to progress the quest, it seems. actually switch over to blacksmith, since that is the lowest of my discipline of the hand jobs.
Squawk. Shauna. A task for you, Cecil has. In Cecil's crew, mechanical engineer by name of Bozal Aduin, there is. Left camp to acquire component materials for engine, Bozal did, but return, he does not. Without vital part for propulsion system, continue with construction, we cannot. Squawk. Have Shauna search for missing Bozal and drag him back here, Cecil would. Went somewhere to south, engineer did. Yes. Somewhere south?
Guess we can quickly go and see where he is.
Squawk. Bozal's arm. Squawk. Stay back. Come at Chief Totolok's orders, you have? And no. Away with you. Be caught by others, featherless one will. Caught, caught, caught. Yet try to flutter free, do you? Hard to fly on broken wing, yes. Finished our game with you, we have not. Enough fun, you have had. Miss your fawning presence, your goddess will. Squawk. Such insolent screeching. Make self-target for torment, you do. Enough pointless resistance. Time to rejoin flock and devote yourself to divine Garuda, it is. Squawk. Where did you come from, no feathers? This one's pet, are you? Cease your glaring, or snap your arm, too, chieftain will. Go. Return to sniveling Cecil and give him message, you shall. Cease this skulking about in forest, he must. Or find himself and crew buried beneath boughs, he will. Answer now to goddess, all Ix'll do. Divine Garuda. Terrible and beautiful Garuda. Pant, glad that they tired of their sport, I am. Based at logging grounds, that chieftain is. Taken actions of XIV as personal insult, he has. Ugh. Bozal's arm. Useless, it is. Ruined Bozal for his craft, they have. Wish to rely on featherless one, Bozal does not, but take these materials, you must. Necessary for crafting high-quality engine component, they are. Squawk. Without component, ceruleum propulsion engine remains incomplete. Build extreme heat-resistant steel housing, we must. Artisan, you are, yes. Leave this task in your hands, Bozal shall. At place your people call Tree Speak Stables, find well-equipped workshop, you will. Unlike Bozal, need for sneaking in and using at night, you have not. Squawk. Burn like fire, Bozal's arm does. Go. Featherless one must do what Bozal cannot.
Okay.
Greetings. The crafting facility here at Tree Speak Stables is primarily for the purpose of forging tools for the stable hands, but our doors, assuming we had any, are open to all.
Okay.
Ah, I see you have some quality materials you wish to process. Our workshop may not be located in the fanciest of establishments, but I will personally vouch for the integrity of each and every piece of equipment. Now, having inspected your materials, I believe I have calculated the optimum amount required to craft the component you have in mind. I shall hold on to the excess while you work your synthesizing magic.
Okay, need to propulsion engine component. Oh yeah, what about that? There we go. Let's move that over there. And I need to make sure that it becomes a high quality one. There we go. Put it on that.
Squawk. Worried for Shauna, Cecil was. Returned and explained all, Bozal did. Snapping of bones. Nasty chieftain's threats. Prevent Shauna from crafting component, Cecil feared he would. Very good, very good. Oshana two beakfuls of gratitude, Cecil does, first for finding Bozal, and second for crafting engine component. Being tended for injury, Bozal is. Short-sighted thugs. They can pray all day to goddess, but grow back flying feathers, it will not. Yet air in abundance, they have. Right there, between their own ears. Squawk. This goddess. You speak of worshipping the primal Garuda, yes. Worship, yes. No means of mechanical propulsion, have balloons. Slave to whims of wind, they are. To control direction of their vessels, make use of enchanted air stones, they do. Infused with blessings of Garuda, these artifacts are. Stone creates wind, wind moves balloon. Simple concept, but efficient and effective, it is not. And always costly, gifts of goddess are. Squawk. Feathered demon. Promise Ixal much, goddess does. But work only to satisfy Garuda's cruel desires, Cecil's people do. Answer their fervent prayers, goddess never will. That is why XIV broke ties with Garuda. Rely on own skill and perseverance, we shall. Prefer to adopt Featherless One's technology, we do. That explains the hostile attitude of the logging grounds chieftain, he sees the XIV as heretics and betrayers of their own kind. Yes. Think us worst kind of Ixal, they do. Caught, caught, caught. But also intend to lie at feet of Tataramu's chieftains, we do not. Fly, we shall. Fly beyond the clouds. Yet take much more time now, it will. Wait until Bozal's arm is healed, we must. Draft technical designs for Dezul Qualan, no one else can. Cecil. If you need someone to draft airship designs, then I am your Lalafell. Training, you say you have. But what of patience? Of dedication? Regret making offer lightly, you will. I am as serious as I have ever been. In fact, I have already started drafting improvements to your engine assembly. By incorporating my ideas, I believe you can reduce the weight of the propulsion system by 20% while still retaining its current power output. Toy with our dream, you must not. Should Tataramu's designs be flawed, use skin for covering vessels' wings, Cecil will. Tataramu draws designs, and Shauna crafts components. Very odd indeed, Cecil's crew has become.
Yep.
Squawk. So be it. now official members of XIV, you are. Continue reaching for Sky, we shall.
Okay, so does that mean that I got the XP for...
You have achieved recognized reputation with the XIV. New XL Beast Tribe daily quests are now available from Methulicatl and the Heart at XIV.
Right. More work has been done on that.
Thanks to your diligent efforts, construction of the Desul Qualan's tail assembly has begun. Continue assisting the XIV to see the airship hybrid reach completion.
Okay, that gave me like 2 levels-ish. Yep. Just going to move these around. And... actually don't remember what could I... But yeah, the allowance has been stored. But in theory, rest with them, but yeah, also it feels like... There you go, now it's actually moving faster. Let's see. How much? Yep, do I need? Okay, so now it's 360 that I need.
Got business with me, have ya, adventurer? Then there'd better be coin or drink in it. Elsewise, bugger off back to wherever it was ya came from. Restoration work on an old weapon, yes eh? Ha? What makes ya think I'd fire up the forge for a grimy old?
Promise of payment.
Egads? WH, where in the 7 hells did ya get that promise of payment? I ain't got no coin, I tell ya. Nay, not a single bloody gill. Gods, Jews, look at me, at how far I've fallen. Me, the greatest weaponsmith of our age, hammering out dints in kettles to pay off a tavern debt. Sob. Can ya even begin to grasp me humiliation? Can ya? But, course ya can't. Why did I even bother a skin? Sigh, alright. I'll restore your bloody weapon. Jews, get that goddamn slip of paper out of me sight. The quest to Relic Reborn is now available from Gerald. This quest can only be undertaken when playing as one of the following jobs: Paladin, Warrior, Monk, Dragoon, Bard, Ninja, Black Mage, Summoner, White Mage, or Scholar.
In order to accept a Relic Reborn, you must first complete the level 50 quest for one of the previously mentioned jobs. Each job has its own A Relic Reborn quest, the completion of which will earn you the relic weapon for that job.
Please note that you can only undertake one A Relic Reborn quest at any given time. If you wish to acquire a different relic weapon, you must either complete or abandon the current quest.
So... yeah, we basically get this one as a potential weapon. It is not as good as my current one, but it does look pretty nice. Just on the stab a bit. It looks interesting, at least. It has a nice look to it. I believe it's the main reason why people basically do relic quests, because from what I have seen, I basically saw a video that talked about like if relic weapons actually are good in terms of like for endgame content. Apparently they sometimes are, but it's kind of dependent on the relic weapon, plus it also ends up, apparently in the later expansions, it's apparently something where you get the weapon, but then you can't actually get it fully, or the completed version or something, until like the last patch or something like that. I still don't really get it, but let's accept
Choose
it.
let me make one thing clear. It might be as I'm repairing kettles to pay for yesterday's mead, but I still got me pride as a master weaponsmith. Y'all get no less than the finest out of me forge. And it might be as Yevi got that goddamn slip of paper, but it'll only get ye so much. Rest or in relics like these calls for some rare old materials, and I ain't got none. So if you want the job done, y'all have to run along and fetch M for me. So, what is it ye want restored? A relic weapon for white magic? Never heard of one. Yeah, sure ya ain't been on the drink. What's that? So, this Ataucant was the keeper of white magic, was he? If it's as yes say, it might be as I know of Jews the thing, the enchanted staff Thyrus. It's a priceless heirloom what belonged to the Cant clan, one of the foremost families in Gridaniac. Thing is, it went missing some decades ago, along with its owner, none other than Ataucant. The bloke was known for being a bit of an eccentric among his kind. Whereas most Padgels live out their days in the Black Shroud, he went off in search of elementals in distant lands. With Thyrus for company, he roamed the realm, lending a helping hand to the folk he met on his travels. Seems, though, he couldn't do much to help himself out when he set foot in Ogomora. The man was never heard from again, and neither was his staff. As fate would have it, Ataucant was the last of his blood, and his line guttered out with him. Right tragic, I know, but we can shed tears for him another time. Getting back to the matter at hand, it seems a fair bet that Thyrus is lying around somewhere in Ugamaro mines, just out of the poor sod's skeletal grasp, like, God's rest his soul.
Okay. In terms of like doing this quest, I'm not gonna be doing that right now, since yeah, apparently this is a very long quest line, so let's just that and actually get started on main quest stuff, because we still need to do that, and we still have like 80 quests to do in this one. Let's see here. Talk to those 5, and we might as well just talk to you
Such
first.
knowledge as I possess of the beast tribes and their primals is at thy disposal. Whether man or beastman, we are wont to seek power when plunged into the black depths of despair. That despair doth begin with the Imulja, who may have already summoned forth Ifrit. With our comrade then Cred now returned, thou wouldst do well to seek his counsel. 'Tis the lot of the powerful to attract the covetous as well as the needy. Thus doth prudence dictate that those with power proffer aid with one hand whilst the other resteth ever on their hilt. Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioner's machinations, nay, not while the beast tribes do labor unseen, defiant in defeat, to raise up their fallen primals once more. Doubt not that they shall return, stronger and bolder both, nor that we shall be the ones to meet them. This sacred charge shall ever be ours. 'Tis but a pity we are so few, and our fortunes so finite.
Okay.
None can deny that we would benefit from more support, but if it comes at the cost of our principles? Neutrality was ever a delicate matter. I've lost count of the times I've had to explain to people that our allegiances need not necessarily lie in the same place as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Ulda now, and have done with it. I'm quite sure Ito would enjoy the bribes.
We're basically like talking to them about like people basically wanting to sponsor, I guess you can call it, the Scions, but in turn, but if they do like we do get sponsored by someone, they basically want us to also help them in certain ways, and we basically aren't sure what we want to do. I think that was the general idea about what's happening here.
I've been receiving a lot of gifts lately, but Papalimo keeps making me send them back. It wouldn't be so bad, but some of them are really nice. I mean, very nearly abandon your principles nice, you know?
Fortune begets power, and power fortune. That we, and especially you, have power is beyond doubt. The question is what to do with it? You may be interested to know that there is a growing belief amongst the refugees that Alamigo could be liberated, if only the Scions would commit their strength to the cause. Yet theirs is but one of many causes. We stand at a crossroads, Shauna. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead is far from clear.
Recall you are meeting with the Admiral, shortly after the Lawmansans sent word of the summoning of Titan? Then mayhap you also recall my words to our host. I said unto Merlewibe that her people had broken their treaty with the Kobolds, and that the Beastmen had justly responded, that we had been called to intervene in a conflict which she herself had invited. I spoke, in short, the truth. And wherefore did I speak it? Because, owing no allegiance to Limsa, I felt no compulsion to allow the Lawmansans to distort the facts to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolved them of guilt. Upon this subject, Minfilia can expect a similar reply. Our many dalliances with the city-states have already weakened our claim to neutrality, but the path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely.
Ifrit, please, we can kill it. I just will accept this one, I guess.
Confirmation has just arrived from the Immortal Flames. 'Tis as Urianger said, I fear, the Imulja have already summoned Ifrit. A confrontation with the Lord of the Inferno is inevitable. I would like nothing more than to lend you my blade, but the students of Baldician insisted that I refrain from taking to the field where it concerns primals. I know not the workings of it, but it would seem that recent events have left me especially susceptible to tempering. As much as I hate missing out on the fun, for everybody's sake, I must sit this one out. Instead I will focus on gathering and analyzing data. Now, the Immortal Flames have already conducted a preliminary investigation into Ifrit. They may well have information that will be of use to you. Do pay a visit to the Hall of Flames and speak with Commander Swift. One last thing before you depart. Doubtless you remember Minfilia's words, but this Ifrit is a far cry from the primal you first defeated. You will want to assemble your most dependable comrades for the mission. Be safe, my friend.
What is this one unlocks? Doesn't really say, but let's just accept
Friend
it.
to the dawn, hear my plea. Tidings most ominous arrive from Gridania, a primal walketh the shroud. Those who have borne the eldritch spirit witness, and return to tell the tale, avow that ne'er before have they seen its like. The god's quiver doth investigate as we speak, and meseems Bolard Lewin would welcome a capable adventurer's helping hand. Pray hie thee to the seat of the first bough and shine thy light upon the matter.
I don't know if I'm actually gonna continue with that, but those two, but for now let's just keep going with the main quest.
This situation is not wholly unexpected. I too have given much thought to our organization's future, though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap it is time I made my feelings known to the antecedent. Come along, Shauna.
Alphanod, Shauna. Is Audemus?
You desired counsel, and so you shall have it. Minfilia, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn must leave Ul'dah.
We must do what?
So long as we remain within Ul'dah territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realize they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks an etherate? They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause. Which is why it and other favors will be denied us unless we cooperate.
If Ulda is no longer suitable, where would you have us go?
Experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length, and plant our banner in a place which all agree to be beyond their borders. Mordhona. Revenant's Toll, to be precise. It lies within neutral territory, and offers all the essential facilities we require. By way of an additional benefit, it is also frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am, of course, conscious of the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Ulda and her people over the years. But I truly believe this to be the best course of action.
As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community, forged through years of concerted effort. Ulda is our home, Alphanod. To cast aside everything we have built and start anew in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless.
The decision is yours to make, antecedent. I ask only that you recall the shared purpose which first moved us to found the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and which moved you to found the Path of the 12 ere that. We aspire to an ideal, you and I. Just as my grandfather did. That makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We are as much your family as...
That will be all, Alphanod. I am sure you have some familial affairs of your own to attend to.
Your concern is most generous, but no, I have left them in the hands of men better suited to the task than I. I could not very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of the Order, after all.
Let's go with this one. And we get the next. You usually get like the rings, for example. Now it's just going to be an upgrade. It's also cooking sherry.
Leave Ulda. Has it truly come to this? Oh. Shauna. Pray attend to Alphanod. He is engaged in some business or other and requires your assistance. Pray be on your way. Alphanod waits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, A&D. Tell him he shall have my answer in due time.
Okay. What Alphano needs my help with?
Confound it. She knows what must be done, and still she hesitates. All because of these fanciful rumors. I should explain. Minphilia's mother, well, adoptive mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Flamin was her name, though you may know her better as the songstress of Ulda. She was a performer of singular talent, and much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Charlayan minstrel. As you may imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. That her body was never found only served to encourage speculation. Minphilia, too, struggled at first to accept the truth, but as Flamin's absence stretched from months into years, she saw that there could be no other explanation. Until recently, at any rate. For whatever reason, rumors have once again begun to circulate that Flamin is alive and well. One of our informants, Father Iliad, has sent word that a woman matching the songstress's description has been seen of late at the seaside resort of Costa del Sol. If we could succeed in tracking her down, I have no doubt that any worries that now plague Minphilia's heart might be assuaged. I mean to set forth for Lanacy at once. Let us reconvene there and inquire with Master Gaijiraju as to the veracity of these rumors.
Okay. I think that's actually pretty nice about being in a free company is these two buffs that I have over here. Basically, free companies have like, once they rank up enough, they basically get access to a bunch of like company-wide buffs, and some of those, or at least the ones that my free company tends to put on, are the Heat of Battle, which increases XP earned through battles, and also reduced rates. Teleportation fees are reduced, which is pretty nice. There is also one that I kind of would want to get activated at some point. They do last for like 24 hours, I believe, but I don't know if they have activated that one yet. I've only been in the free company for like, it was Saturday that I was invited to it. But yeah, so far there's basically one that just increases the amount of MGP that you earn, but I haven't seen it yet be activated.
Sigh, O sweet siren of the sands, my Miko Te muse. Why have you forsaken me? T Titan's bane. I mean, Shauna. What brings you to my humble resort? Flamin. You mean to tell me the goddess made flesh who dwelt among us until so very recently was the songstress of Ulda? Egads, woman, if I had known that, I would have chained her to my bedpost and never let her leave. Oh, for shame. To think that she now plies her trade for the riffraff off to the west or wherever she said she was going. It's a tragedy, I say. A tragedy. West, is it? Thank you, Master Gaijiraju. Your information will serve us well. That said, there are any number of places she could be. I shall begin my search by the docks and see if any witnesses might have some knowledge to spare. I would be most appreciative if you could travel on to Wineport and do the same.
Okay. Let's just teleport.
Well, if it isn't Shauna, the savior of Wineport. To what do we owe the pleasure? Ah, yes, we did receive a customer matching that description. She was a delight to behold, to give the woman her due, but her perfume was so ghastly, I had no choice but to eject her from the premises. Interfering with tastings, you understand. If she is your quarry, why not consult your blind associate? His olfactory perception is without peer. Given that I could smell the woman from a mile away, I dare say he could smell her from 10.
Okay. I'm gonna assume that after talking to the one up here, we're gonna get sent down there.
You want to know if I've seen a Miko Te lass by the name of Flamin? I wish. I haven't seen a lass of any description for far too bloody long. Excepting yourself, of course.
I need to go towards him.
Sniff sniff, I see you have had many grand adventures since last we spoke, Shauna. You must share them with me sometime. The girl from a little while ago? One does not forget a perfume like that. So robust and intoxicating, yet simultaneously familiar. Reminiscent of a bloom native to these parts, in fact. I said as much when we spoke. She complimented my powers of observation and asked me where she might find some of the flowers. So I told her to follow the road south into Raincatcher Gully and then head east after crossing the second bridge. The flowers which grow in the shade of the cliff have the strongest scent, you see. If you make haste, you may yet find her there.
Okay. I just like, I love this mountain because it looks so silly when you like run with it, because it basically just grabs your back and just hang there. Here she is.
I am in your debt, stranger. I did not realize my activities had aroused the Gubu's ire until it was too late. Their oils can be used to make a perfume, you see, and I I don't. Who are you? Whom do you serve?
It appears you've already found our woman. Consider me impressed, my friend. The songstress of Ul'dah, I presume? Minphilia, or should I say, Asalia, is looking for you.
Asalia?
You are the very picture of health, milady, yet the world thinks you dead. I can only conclude that this was by design. The question is, why?
Not everyone who endeavors to find me does so with the best intentions, child. You will be pleased to know that I fully intend to reveal myself to Minphilia, when the time is right.
Oh. Well, that does please me. More than you know. But tell me, sojourns in the forests of Lanasia side, when exactly will the time be right?
When I deem it so. Do you imagine I traveled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associate prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers for use in a perfume. Does that satisfy your curiosity, or would you interrogate me further?
My apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we all have that which we came for, might we continue this conversation in a safer locale? Wineport, say.
Okay. So, Wineport and towards Alphino.
This is not at all how I had envisioned it. I can scarce begin to imagine what emotions will go through Minphilia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all these years.
Let me have that one. Well, let's just equip it. And we get a necklace, which is not going to be better than what I currently have, I'm pretty sure. That is one of the augmented ironworks ones.
You say my daughter awaits us in Vesper Bay, yes? I have kept her waiting long enough. Let us be off on the next ferry. I can finish fashioning the perfume along the way.
Understood. Come with me, it would be my pleasure to escort you to the Waking Sands.
Oh, and they just teleport us here. Nice.
Antecedent, you have a guest.
Lamin? Asalaya. I haven't seen her like this in years, Shauna. I never truly believed it when they told me you were dead. But, what kept you away for so long? The Imperials came for me, as I always knew they would. And so I resolved to stay as far away from you as I could, lest their pursuit of me endanger you and our cause. I could think of no better way to grant you the freedom to continue our work. And continue it you did, achieving things I would not have imagined possible. I followed your every success, and celebrated in secret. I'm so proud of you, Asalaya. I learned from the best. I have a gift for you. Salsetia perfume. You remembered. How could I ever forget? You wore it all the time. If ever I lost sight of you, I could find you again, just by following my nose. I did not think it was made anymore. You must have gone to so much trouble. It was no trouble to me, my darling. I fear I cannot say the same for Shauna, however. I could not have made it without her. Thank you, Shauna. Thank you both. There's something else. This is the cat's eye I found. All these years you kept it. My father was a member of the Alamagan resistance. When I was yet a child, he brought me here to Ul'dah. The accident which claimed his life happened shortly after our arrival. It was Lamin who took care of me then. She raised me as her own, taught me everything I needed to know to survive.
I am no stranger to the facts of your history, yet I fear I have failed to grasp their implications. It is clear that there is much I do not know, about you and your mother both.
One of her first lessons to me concerned mining, and I was a very dedicated student. This cat's eye was the first stone I unearthed. It wasn't much, of course, but I was exceedingly proud to have found it nonetheless. So I gave it to Lamin as a gift. She said it was beautiful. But there I am at a loss. Why are you returning this to me? Is something amiss? No, Asalaya, nothing is amiss. Quite the opposite. I need you to realize how far you've come, and how much further you must still go. You and your allies have accomplished more than I could ever have hoped. You have succeeded where I failed, and made me so proud that words fail me. But even as I marvel at the woman you've become, and at all the many things you've done, I cannot help but think of that which you have yet to do, and of what it may entail. Asalaya, daughter, you cannot stay here anymore. You and the Scions must leave Ul'dah. Lamin. You built it once, Asalaya. You can build it again. And this time, we'll do it together. Truly? Alphanod. The time has come for the Scions to leave Vesper Bay. We shall establish a new headquarters in Revenant's Toll, as you proposed. Much work lies ahead of us. Inform our fellow Scions, and send word to the students of Baldzian. Preparations begin at once.
Just go with that one. And yeah, that one's not gonna be better than what I currently have. It is so much weaker.
It is all well and good that we have found ourselves a new home in Revenant's Toll. But there is so much to be done, and in so little time. Our first step will be to secure the cooperation of the Adventurers Guild representatives there. Were it not for the Guild's considerable efforts, the original Camp Revenant's Toll would have never been established, much less its more heavily fortified successor. However, with construction still ongoing, and resources in short supply, it seems certain that the Guild will require something in return for their support, sympathetic to our cause though they may be. Whatever they ask, I shall not begrudge it. To be plain, we need them more than they need us. Without their assistance, such essential tasks as securing new facilities, cultivating relationships with local merchants, and recruiting adventurers would prove difficult, if not impossible.
You need not concern yourself with such matters, antecedent.
Really, Alphanod, if I need concern myself with anything, it is surely matters such as these.
Indirectly, perhaps. I submit that you might instead concern yourself with a different matter, namely, to whom the resolution of such matters might best be entrusted. And here I am. Nor do I come alone. May I present the esteemed emissary of the Adventurers Guild at Revenant's Toll. It is an honor, antecedent. Upon receiving word of your intentions from Master Alphanod, we thought it best to begin talks at the earliest available opportunity. Know that my associates at Revenant's Toll hold the scions of the Seventh Dawn in the highest regard. We should be honored to welcome your organization. There are, of course, certain provisions which must needs be negotiated. If it please you, I would do so.
It does.
Madam, unless I am much mistaken, you are the one known as Shauna, are you not? May I say what a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance. Slaffborn spoke of you in the most glowing terms. To steal an Imperial Reaper and then use it to infiltrate a Garlean castrum is an undertaking few would contemplate, and fewer still survive. You shall always be welcome at Revenant's Toll. We hope you will favor us with your presence again ere long.
Well, well. It would seem your reputation precedes you, Shauna. Mayhap I should dispatch you to Revenant's Toll with all haste, as first intended. But before that, I dare say you have earned yourself a rest. After all, you have traveled so far, and there is already so much you have done for us, and for me. We will speak again anon. Till then, take care. Ah, Shauna. Were you able to get some rest? I would ask you to come with me to the Solar. Alphanod has just returned, and it would seem there is something he would share with us.
You're here. Good. I come bearing news. The negotiations are concluded.
And?
Our friends at the Adventurers Guild have agreed to furnish us with new facilities and material support in exchange for our assistance in the ongoing defense and development of Revenant's Toll. The Scions of the 7th Dawn shall have a new home in Mordhona, the Rising Stones.
A bittersweet victory, if truth be told. I cannot deny that I had come to look forward to Tater's tales of our many guests and their many, many demands.
From the waking sands to the rising stones. Passably poetic. That wasn't your doing, was it?
I too have news to share. In expectation of this momentous day, I personally informed the Alliance leaders of our plans, and they have each pledged their full support, General Robin included. Moreover, I have decided that the time is right for us to cast off the vestiges of our Order's veil of secrecy and announce ourselves to the world.
Are you sure that is wise, antecedent?
If anything, it is a mere formality. Our existence is quite possibly the worst kept secret in Eorzea. Let us affirm our identity, proclaim our achievements, that all may know what the Scions of the 7th Dawn stand for.
Well, obvious risks apart, it would be nice to receive a little more recognition.
And the people have a right to know who saved them. It is my hope that this gesture will encourage the people of Eorzea to place their trust in us. I would reveal to them the true extent of our power, yes, but in so doing, I would show them that it is a power accountable to no one, and at once to all. And what of us? We who have felled primals and faced down the Empire. To you, my fellow Scions, I would say this: prepare for the challenges which lie ahead, for they will be great indeed. Great, I say, yet no greater than us. And we will rise to them, as we have time and again, united as one.
Or cutscene, Jesus, how many cutscenes are there gonna be in a row here?
There must be some way I can. Wait, that area is said to be rich in minerals. Maybe I should ask Flamin to teach me the basics of mining too.
Jesus, that was just for accepting the quest.
Do you ever wonder how he does it? Alphanod, I mean. It was almost predictable that he should appear with an emissary of the Adventurers Guild mere moments after I had expressed the need to forge ties between our organizations. Truly, his sense of timing rivals even your own. Setting such mysteries aside for the present, I have a task for you. I would like you to deliver these documents to Slafborn. They concern our forthcoming move. Do take care on the road, and represent us well, Shauna.
Okay. It's gonna be nice if we actually go to Revenant Soul, because we never know, maybe it suddenly ends up being like, oh yeah, you were supposed to go there, but we can't go there after all. If that ends up being the case, that would be a little bit annoying, because I kind of want it to be Revenant Soul simply because fucking Aetherite instead of having to worry about, oh, do I have enough Vesper Bay Aetherite tickets?
I was told to expect a Scion, but I didn't expect it to be you. It has been far too long, Shauna. You have something for me, yes.
Okay.
Let's see, now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. You'll be staying with us for a while, yes. Would that we had a dozen more like you. Since we don't, though, we'll just give you the work of a dozen men. Hat. I jest.
Let's see, this one is not gonna be very useful to me, so let's go with casting. Nicholas, since the amount of money I get from this is what, 300 gil? That's nothing. It's supposed to be a primal. We get a buffalo calf, a nice little 70 weapon. Yeah, that's not gonna it's not really gonna help us. Let's see, we also get some bracelets.
Back to do the work of a dozen men, I see? Ha! But I jest. Even I can appreciate that an important woman such as yourself has little time for menial tasks. But since you're here, mayhap you'd be keen on having a look around the Scion's new home. See that impressive structure over there? That's the place. It was originally built to house a branch of the guild, you see. As such, it comes complete with a tavern where adventurers can rest from the road, fill their bellies with good food and drink, and their ears with tales of fortunes to be had about the realm.
I think this might actually have been where I stopped the main quest last time that I played Final Fantasy, or the last character that I had.
It may get a bit raucous at times, but I imagine it'll be as good a place as any to recruit capable men and women to your cause. Come with me, I'll show you around.
Everything from this point on is basically just unknown to me.
Is that you, Shauna? I'm quite sorry to interrupt, but I have most urgent news. We received grim tidings from Grid Aniat, and it would appear our aid is required at once. I must ask you to report back to the Waking Sands with all due haste.
Is everything quite all right, friend? I can't say I'm privy to the details, but it would appear this is no time for a leisurely tour. But no worries, you can rest assured that I'll see to all necessary arrangements. Pray return any time after you've seen to your more pressing matters.
Back to SV. Oh wait. There it is. Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
A messenger from the Twin Adder came to the Waking Sands while you were in Mortona. I wasn't privy to his conversation with the antecedent, but I did see the look on her face after he took his leave. Something is definitely amiss. Could it be that the Ixal have summoned Garuda again? Or mayhap Imperial forces have been sighted within the shroud? Well, whatever it may be, I'm absolutely certain it's nothing you can't handle. Now go and ask the antecedent if there's anything you can do.
But why did I have to talk to Tadaru for this? Couldn't I just have gone and talked to Minfilia instead? Like, immediately.
I knew this day would come, yet I prayed it would not come so soon. We have reason to believe that another primal, or an entity resembling one, has been summoned in Grid Aniat.
Thine arrival is customarily timely, Shauna. The etheric waves leave little room for doubt, thy talents will be needed ere long. If there be truth in my suspicions, 'tis a familiar foe we face, though one quite unlike the Lady of the Vortex.
We dare not draw conclusions without evidence, but as Urianger says, the readings bear a strong resemblance to ones observed more than 5 years ago. Sigh, though I had hoped the Moggles guard beyond such follies. Suffice it to say, this disturbance warrants a full investigation.
Thy presence hath been requested by Commander Huloix. He awaits thee at the Adder's Nest.
Pray hasten to Grid Aniat, Shauna. Ida and Papalimo will rendezvous with you there. May you walk in the light of the crystal.
Okay, so one thing I have heard about this whole basically astral era length of quests, a lot of people despise this part of the Realm Reborn part because most people just apparently want to like get going into like Heaven's Ward, but then they're forced to basically go through an excruciatingly long quest line, like 80 quests, just to be able to actually get to the next expansion. And a lot of these quests are apparently very boring to begin with at the start, but apparently they do get better as you get further in the
A pleasure
game.
to see you as always, Lieutenant Majula.
Or at least as long as you get, or as you get further in the storyline of the Astral Era, apparently it gets better, but in the beginning it's fucking slow apparently and boring as shit.
Thank you for coming so swiftly. I could think of no one more qualified to, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Allow me to explain.
I have to admit, right now, this is really boring. That there hasn't really been happening anything. Like, we found Minfilia's adopted mother. Great. We are moving to Renard's Toll. That's also that's the same good thing. That's about it. Haven't really done much else so far. Let's go with that one. Also, I'm curious. I go Bard. Living type determined by current job and class. Yep, level 50 Archer weapon. Not a bad looking one, to be honest. I basically just didn't need a like an old 70 or item old 70 version of staff for the Mind Mates, because this one is just gonna be way better than any of them. Okay, goes to the King Kupo.
Not long ago, the Mughal Kuplo Kop visited the Adder's Nest to request an audience with the Elder Seed Seer. He spoke of an imminent threat to all Mughlakind, one which would imperil the entire 12's wood if left unchecked. You proved an able ambassador to the SYLPHS, and we would have you reprise the role in our dealings with the Mughals. The rest you should hear from Kuplo Kop himself. He awaits you with the Elder Seed Seer at the Lotus Stand.
Okay. I think the fastest way is... oh, over there. I'm just gonna do this to get some more speed. This is basically a very nice ability to have inside inside the main cities where you can't mount up, because it just allows you to just move a bit faster. It just increases your movement speed and has a 5-second cooldown. Oh, that's a different quest.
Majula, I have heard much of your deeds in recent days. You come to lend your strength to the primal investigation, yes. Your aid is most welcome.
I completely didn't see that it wasn't the main quest, this one. I guess we'll get this one.
I shall proceed directly to the matter at hand. Though still unsubstantiated, ill rumors stir amongst the townspeople of late, rumors of a shadow-clad knight who rides in the shroud. Under normal circumstances, I would pay such idle ghost stories little heed. This time, however, we have reason to suspect. But we have naught to gain by rushing to judgment. I would have you go to the streets, Majula. Speak with the people, and hear their words with your own ears.
Basically read the whole like, hey, go to Lotus Stand, which I'm pretty sure is right next to the Conjurer skill. But no. You know what? Just to be sure that I don't accidentally follow these right now, I'm just gonna do that. That way I don't need to worry about accidentally continuing any of the side quests that I don't really care about continuing right now.
The other scions have already arrived, madam. May I show you in?
Silent Conjurer, what? Yet she speaks. What? Okay, enter Lotus Stand.
Please, you have to stop them. But you mustn't kill them. They're not bad muggles, Kyupo. They're just misguided. A gentle, no, firm thrashing is in order, yes, but no.
Calm yourself, Kyuplo cop. Can you not see that she hasn't the faintest idea what you're talking about? Be quiet this instant. Pray forgive his witless outburst, sister. Most grateful am I that you have come, Shauna, and upon such short notice. Truly, Gridania could not wish for a more stalwart ally. But you are doubtless eager to know wherefore we summoned you. Our friend Kyuplokop has brought to us news of a most unsettling development. It would seem that good King Moglamog XII has returned to Eorzea.
Good King Moglamog XII, what?
A curious thing to hear, I know. Truth to tell, I myself cannot say for sure if he is a genuine figure from history or some manifestation of Mughal mythology. Kyuplo here would have me believe the former.
Once upon a time, we Mughals served the gods in the heavens. It was quite nice up there, unspeakably beautiful, unimaginably spacious, and with a literally endless supply of wine, Kyupo. In spite of this, or possibly because of the last part, the gods eventually became discontented and started squabbling, which made life jolly difficult for the poor Mughals. So good King Moglamog XII, may his glorious name live forever, decreed that the time had come to leave Kyupo. The realm of man would suffice, he said, so all the Mughals should live there instead. Unfortunately, the two realms are so far apart that we couldn't safely fly down. But good King Moglamog XII, may his miraculous foresight ever be praised, knew exactly what to do, Kyupo. He had a rope, you see, the longest one ever woven. This he nobly held while his subjects climbed all the way down to the world below. And that is how we Mughals came to this land, Kyupo. All of us except good King Moglamog XII, may his courageous sacrifice never be forgotten. He alone would remain in the heavens so that Muglakind might at last know peace. Except that he has not remained in the heavens, from what I understand, that being your reason for contacting us, yes.
I'll bet he tied the rope to something. Good thinking. Remind me again what the problem was with him returning to Eorzea. The problem, lies in the fact that he was summoned. It is our belief that good King Moglamog XII is a myth made manifest via means akin to those employed by the beast tribes in the summoning of their gods. Why-ite. You're saying a handful of Mughals with a boatload of crystals wished really, really hard, and he just sort of appeared? Would that even work?
What I cannot fathom is why they would even try. With Garuda humbled and the Ultima weapon destroyed, what new threat could have prompted them to take so drastic a measure?
Might that not in itself be the answer? Twice in the last half-decade, Eorzea has been brought unto the very brink of destruction, only to be spared at the last by the heroics of a chosen few. To you who braved those tempests and survived by virtue of your own strength, this latest period of peace will doubtless seem a welcome respite. But to those who had not the power to defend themselves, who were spared only by another's grace, this is merely the calm before the storm. I think the Mogul's Guard are afraid of what tomorrow will bring, and that things may not end so well as they did yesterday. That fear has driven them to call upon a greater power, one they believe can be relied upon to protect their loved ones and their homes come what may.
I assure you, the Mogul's Guard only want to protect the forest from outsiders. But ever since the return of good King Mogla Mog 12, may his boundless grace fill our hearts with love, they've started to get a little carried away, Kyupo. Verging on a lot, in fact.
Like the sylphs who summoned Rama, you mean?
We cannot discount the possibility that this entity is influencing the Mughals in a manner similar to that of a primal.
We share the same concern. Whoever or whatever the king may be, it is our belief that he poses a threat not only to Muglakind, but to Gridania as a whole. Thus do we beseech you, Shauna, confront good King Mogla Mog 12 and drive him from our midst. Humbly I do thank you. The sanctuary of the Mogul's Guard and their liege lord is concealed by magical wards. Brother Isumiyan of the Conjurers Guild will doubtless be able to offer insight on how they might be dispelled. Pray seek his counsel ere you proceed any further.
Okay. And where is he? Ah, Izumi. That guy, leader of the Conjurers Guild. That's the one. I think I've heard something about this thing. Apparently, I think it might be a dungeon. Either a dungeon or maybe a trial. I'm not entirely sure. But apparently, it's there's something about. It's the one that I'm thinking of. There's apparently like 2 dungeons, maybe more, or raids. I don't know what they're qualified as. Where it is apparently a normal thing to basically do either a dance, which I think is related to the one that we're going to be unlocking here, I think, because there's apparently at some point some like a light show or something that happens. In another one, there's apparently something where you have to like strike a pose before you basically get frozen. Something just because it looks cool or it fits with what is happening.
Welcome, Shauna. Welcome. That you should be the one to face good King Mogla Mog 12 is of great comfort, to me and to the elementals, both. As I am sure you know, the Mughals are not by their nature a warlike race. Yet should the king be suffered to remain, it is like that his influence will bring about a change in them. Thus does it behoove us to defeat him quickly, before any lasting damage is done. Make whatever preparations you deem necessary and inform me when you are ready to seek the king.
Let's go with... Actually, wouldn't just... If that's a... your version than what I have, let's just go with the spellcasting one. You have selected the right side.
The wards barring access to the king's sanctuary can only be nullified through the use of enchanted keystones, the self-same method employed 5 years ago, when first the king was summoned to Eorzea. It was with great regret that we were forced to sanction the slaying of the guardians who then held the keystones, for none were in our possession at the time. By the grace of the elementals, however, we have been spared that burden on this occasion. Kuplokop confided in me that he had been entrusted with a set of keystones by the Mogulsguard themselves. Yet wishing not to betray their confidence, he begged me to find some other means to gain entry to the king's sanctum. Alas, I have been unable to do so, and dare not labor any longer, for fear that the Mughals might succumb to the corrupting influence of their liege lord. We must needs have Kuplokop's keystones, Shana. Pray go to him, and beg his assistance. He awaits you at West Shore Pier. Impress upon him our great need, and I am certain he will yield.
Okay. Head over to the Lancers Guild. Hey, look up. I need that
So,
keystone.
how will you do it, Kyuko? Oh, he told you about that. Well, if there truly is no other way, I'll do it, Kyuko. Take the ferry to Sweet Bloom Pier, I'll go on ahead. I happen to be heading...
A Bloom Pier. East route.
Don't you dare lie to me, Kyuko. I know what you're planning, and I won't allow it.
It is a lord.
Open your eyes, Kyuko. The king will never be satisfied, no matter how many crystals you bring him. We offered you a choice, and this is how you repay us? By consorting with this ORA? Imperials, Gridanians, SYLPHS, you're no different from the rest of them. Actually, you're worse, Kyuko.
How's the Himmel fantasy? Good so far. Ended up starting my stream a little bit later than I actually wanted to, because I had to do a thing, so I started the stream an hour late. But so far I've basically just been completing a few things that I had started Thursday, which was the last time I streamed. Basically just a few quests. Got started on the relic quest, basically just accepted it, and then I've basically just been continuing the main story so far, and now we are dealing with the I'm forgetting what these things are called. Mughals. We're dealing with the King Mughalmog, or whatever his name was.
Traitor to his kinsmuggles. He plots treason against the crown. Enough. Kuplokop will answer for his crime soon enough, as will all who defy the will of good King Mughalmog 12. May he reign forevermore, Kupo.
That was his name. Good King Mughalmog the 12th. Such a weird name.
The king is planning to purge the 12's wood of his enemies, Kupo. We've got to stop him before it's too late.
But this part, I haven't tried getting to this part yet in the main story, so basically I'm completely blind as to what is actually happening. I think we're getting a dungeon trial raid thing. That's only because I know something that seems to indicate that it might be this thing.
The entrance to Thornmarch is deep within the bramble patch, Kyuko. If you take me there, I can nullify the ward. but be warned, the Moggle's guard has set traps to lure enchanted beasts. I can't hide from them, so you'll need to protect me, Kyupo. Escort Kyuplo Cop safely to the warded entrance. Should you fail to defend him, or move too far away, he will return to Sweet Bloom Pier, where you may rendezvous with him before trying again.
Boss raid. Alright. Okay. Alright, he just follows me. It's a spoiler. I already kinda know that it was gonna be a dungeon slash raid thing. It'll just... it's one out. Okay, we need to get up there. I think I've actually seen people walk this path, or at least walk around here just fighting. Archer. Oh, did you unlock the archer? Nice. I've technically also done that myself in Red 29, but that's just because I wanted access to the performance skill. I have to get the bard. I feel like that's one of the main reasons why people just want to get like archer ups, just to get like 30 so you can get the bard. Simply because it's just interesting to have like the ability to do the performance skill. Oh, there's two of these guys. The barbed wire. Pretty much. Okay, we just got every single picked on us. There we go. The reason why I'm stopping is just because I don't want him to suddenly go like, oh, you went too far.
We're here, Kyupo. I don't see any more beasts, do you? Are you ready to face the king, Kyupo? Then step closer to the ward. Raise your hand and focus, like when you attune to an etherite, Kyupo. I'll open the way for you.
Threshold, tuning.
rest is up to you, Kyopo. Now go and teach those foolish Mughals a lesson and send the king back whence he came.
Okay, 25 has been completed. Yes. Should you join for the king move? I mean, if you want to, you can join. But yeah, question. I need to just quickly up that page again. But did you see that there is it's basically been the announcement regarding the Final Fantasy 15 thing. They basically have put out on the lodestone information on like when it is happening. That is basically happening from September 13th at 1 a.m. To Monday, October 18th at 7:59 a.m. Monday, yeah, it starts next Monday and then it lasts like over a month, apparently. It lasts from the 13th of September till the 18th of October. Monday next week, like we expected, yeah. It lasts for a while, and they basically have information on like basically just on the lodestone page, like don't miss out on rewards like the regalia type G 4-seater mount, the Lucian Prince costume set, modern aesthetics, Lucian look or Lucian locks, and orchestration scrolls. There's also a link to a special page, but from what I've seen, it doesn't work. Like, there's nothing on the page. Like, nothing at all. Like, there's a menu, but it doesn't really work entirely. And yeah, the entire page is just blank. From what I can see, at least. So maybe because of that. Nope, it's not because of ad blocker. That's why. Control F5. Doesn't really do anything. Like, the entire page is just blank for me. I don't know why. Like, the page was uploaded today at like 10:15 a.m. I don't really know what specific, like, if that's really relative to my time zone or what, but I don't really know what's happening with their page. But maybe they are gonna fix it in like a day or two, who knows. Just seems a bit weird why the page is just not working at all. Maybe actually it could be that. Kind of doubt it, but let's actually going to try. If I go to EU version, that. Nope. But. Nope. Doesn't work. I guess they just haven't gotten around to actually fixing that. Okay. Just gonna invite you to a party since you talking about joining. Okay. So let's see. A trial or dungeon? Trial. Okay. That is not a lot of those things you get. Also, I suppose I should maybe Turn off those sound cues for party, maybe. Okay. Up. Okay. Turn bleep on. Yeah, I basically turned it on earlier today, but I realized that's maybe not something I should have on. I do have it on whispers or tells, but that's me. But yeah, the reason I have it on where it tells is simply because sometimes I just don't notice that I get a tell. Okay, so I'm wondering if this is the one where people usually dance during a certain part. Also, in terms of like strats, I have no idea what you're supposed to do. This is so fucking weird. I guess just make sure that people don't die, stand out of shit, and that's probably about it. Okay, I'm guessing we're taking out the rules in a certain order. I'm gonna get it out. Okay. There's Pico of the swaggy song. What? Is this the part where people usually dance or something? Guessing we're just supposed to take out these guys first. seems like such a weird dungeon, to be honest. Or trial. Okay, that was it apparently. Okay, what is that staff that I got? That's for Black Mage. A staff with a Google on it. Okay.
You did it, Kyopo. You did it. Good King Moglamog XII, may his mighty soul rest in peace, is no more. I shudder to think what might have happened had you not stopped the Moggle's guard when you did. Thank you, Shauna. Perhaps now they'll come to their senses and stop playing at fairy tales. Rest assured that the chieftain will have choice words for them too. You should go and tell Punnypack that the king is no more, Kyopo. She's with Reo at Camp Tranquil, and can relay the news to the chieftain.
Okay. I need to quickly do a few changes to what is displayed in my chat log, because there is a lot of things that basically got spammed during that thing. Time for you to do a duty on your own. Hey, good luck, Silver. Just check here. That removes some of that. Yep, that removed a lot of the spam from chat log.
Do I dare believe my ears? Good King Moglamog XII, may his magnificent virtue serve as an example to us all, has fallen? All Muglakind owes you a debt, Kyopo. Ah, and I sense Reo wishes to congratulate you as well. I shall let you two speak without fear of interruption.
Okay.
Your bravery in service to the Twelveswood and her Muggles shall not be forgotten, Shauna. My sister will doubtless wish to hear the tale of this great victory from the mouth of the woman responsible. Pray return to the Lotus Stand and treat her to a full account of the day's events, while the details are yet fresh in your mind.
Okay. To be honest, I'm already starting to feel the thing that I've heard about Astral Era quests, which is you basically get sent around so many places just to return to somewhere else. Apparently it gets annoying, and I can already slightly feel that. So here I'm just thinking, couldn't actually just have stayed at
The Elder
Lotus
Seed
End
Seer is expecting you.
instead of having me to go all the way down there. Just here, just go back here. It basically just gets a little bit annoying.
Shauna, you are returned to us, unharmed and victorious. Thus have I 2 reasons to be glad. Yet many questions remain unanswered. If you would be so kind as to oblige me, I would fain hear all that occurred in Thorn March. Then it is as we feared. The king really is a primal. But he really isn't, is he? I mean, the Mughals don't worship him. For one thing, he's not even a god to them. That doesn't sound like any primal I've ever heard of.
Then mayhap the fault lies with the definition. The fact remains that through a combination of the power contained in crystals and the force of their collective faith, the Mughals called forth a being that by rights should not exist. Moreover, when slain, said being left no corpse, the ether which comprised him instead being scattered to the 4 winds.
According to the accepted definition, he may not be a primal, but the mode of his manifestation was in every respect the same. Which means...
Asians. This whole business reeks of their handiwork. Kyopapo. They said it was a masked man who had taught them how, years ago, be but Gridania has no shortage of masked men, and I never thought to question. Confound it all. How many more will they ensnare with their tainted gifts?
Too many, I fear. So long as there are paragons to stir the embers, fools to build the pyre, and crystals to feed the flames, ever and again shall we suffer primal visitation. A somber thought, but a salutary one. My heartfelt thanks, Shauna. Already, the information you have provided has proven invaluable. The Grand Serpent Marshal and I have much to discuss. Oh. Before you do, my lady, I was hoping we might finish discussing that other matter. The matter of which you speak has even now been settled. The Scions shall not want for support. We shall be glad to send additional supplies to Revenant's Toll. We knew we could count on you, my lady.
While Ida and I remain to discuss the particulars of our arrangement with the Elder Seed Seer, mayhap you could return to the Waking Sands and apprise the antecedent of all that has transpired.
Could you maybe just move to Revenant's Toll instead? Let's see, one thing I hate about the Waking Sands is the fact that you need to go through 2 doors usually in order to talk to Quinfilia instead of just having it be like walk straight there instead of having to do this whole thing. The fact that you just like click on this thing, wait through a loading screen, walk like for 10 seconds up here in order to then click on this just to talk to her it's not an extremely big problem, but it still gets a bit annoying in the long run.
It is good to
do that every single time.
Shauna. I received word from Ida and Papalimo that you had felt good King Mogla Mog 12, but I had hoped to hear your version of the tale. So it was as they said. Summoned with the same methods used by the beast tribes and taught by the Asians. Though unfortunate, this incident did at least serve to remind the Elder Seed Seer of our usefulness. Her offer of additional support could not have come at a better time. My thanks, Shauna.
Okay, can you move to Revenant's Toll now, please? You have to send blood, what?
Owing to the tireless efforts of all concerned, we are, at long last, ready to bid farewell to Vesper Bay.
Yes, please.
So as to avoid drawing undue attention, we shall make the journey to Revenant's Toll in small groups, departing at irregular intervals. Lest you doubt, it is still my intention to conduct future operations openly, but on this particular occasion, the need for caution overrides all other concerns. To move north as one ponderous caravan would only serve to invite attack. It seemed only right that I should be the last to leave, and I would have you remain with me until the end, Shauna. Upon my departure, the Waking Sands will formally cease to be our headquarters, and the premises will be given into the care of Urianger. I had thought to relinquish the property, but he was quite adamant, and I had not the heart to disagree. These walls have borne witness to some of the brightest and darkest moments in our order's history. Mayhap it is best that we do not forsake them entirely. Urianger shall remain here and devote his energies to studying the nature of primals. By the grace of the 12, he will one day discover the permanent solution that we have sought for so long. Of course, he will not be alone. Elisai shall continue to work closely with him as well.
Really saying?
Should they require our assistance, I have their assurances that they will not hesitate to contact us. Speaking of Urianger, would you inquire of him if any tasks remain undone? I cannot escape the feeling that I have forgotten something. Something important.
Thou art ever welcome, Shauna, but I require no assistance. Pray take thy leave unburdened by concern for my well-being. Verily, thy countenance bespeaks a desire to quit this place without further delay. Mayhap thou thinkest this chapter of our tale concluded, that these halls should rightly be consigned to the annals of history? In man's eagerness to seize the future, how readily he doth set down the past. Full many a proud pioneer hath bravely stridden into the great unknown, only to find there the banner of his ancestor, faded by the eons. And still man glorieth in his discoveries. 'Tis through his pride that wisdom doth ever give way to ignorance, while they who lurk in shadow remain hidden, lost no sooner than they are found. Sigh, be not offended, Shauna. Thy conduct hath ever been beyond reproach. Despite thy surpassing strength, and all thy many victories, thou hast never been so convinced of thine own greatness as to imagine thyself above the failings of thy forebears. Mayhap it is the echo which hath opened thine eyes to the lessons of history. Would that the same could be said of whence came that cry? The solar 12 forefend, the antecedent.
Shauna. Why you must.
Happened.
Tell me, Lusoix. Would you have done the same?
Lusoix Leveler was a remarkable man. Wise beyond mortal measure. Would that I had met him prior to his passing.
An Asian, here? How?
How readily you see. You are indeed gifted, antecedent.
But you are not like the others. Your robes.
Gifted, but ignorant. Yet I shall not judge you harshly. The fault lies with your forebears. It has been millennia. Mine are the robes of an emissary. Unlike he who came before, I have no quarrel with you.
He who, you speak of La Habrea?
Lahabaria is a warrior. He fought. He fell. He may yet learn from his mistakes.
Then he is still.
Come. I only confirm that which you already knew. There is no cessation, no oblivion. Only expulsion.
You. What are? We're ready when you are, my lady. If there's nothing else. Is something the matter? I feel the same way. After everything that's happened here, it feels strange to leave. But I'm sure we'll soon get used to Revenant's toll. Well, I'll let you say your goodbyes. Take as long as you like, my lady. We shall depart whenever you're ready.
It is only to be expected. She lacks the gift and the knowledge both. To her, we are indistinct.
I do not understand.
Shadowless, fleshless, formless. What truth there is in each tale is diluted by time and telling. Knowledge dictates expectation, and expectation colors perception. Thus did she perceive naught. So it is with all but a chosen few. Even you, when young, could not yet see with eyes unclouded.
You know nothing about me. Nothing.
The gift grants you clarity, it grants you focus. With it, you may in time come to see us as we are, rather than this crude approximation.
Lahabrea did not think so highly of the echo.
Lahabaria is wrong about a great many things. The echo is indeed a gift, albeit one you have yet to master.
And if we did?
There would be no strife between our peoples, for we would be of one mind. I leave, as I came, in peace, antecedent. May we meet again as friends.
Wait. Stay where you are.
Mayhap I was indelicate. 'Tis a mercy she shields her children from his grace with such resolve. Was it also by her hand that you survived the ardor, I wonder?
Grown I take it there is no need to explain. Save your concern. He did me no lasting harm. Whatever his intention was, it was not to kill. I heard a cry. What happened? Are you all right? You look faint. Do you need to lie down? I could fetch you a flask of my special tonic. Urianger, send word to the students of Baldzion. Tell them to scour the archives, the forbidden tomes in particular. If there is any reference to an Ascian robed in white, however oblique, I would know of it.
An Ascian, my lady? Was that what gave you cause to cry out? I did but moments ago glimpse a figure clad in white set forth from the waking sands. Yet Ascians are wont to employ teleportation magics, why would one be so brazen?
I know not and care not. Find him, Shauna. Turn every stone in Vesper Bay if you have to.
Pray attend me, Tateru.
Okay. We just need to get out into Vesper Bay again. Oh, I just need to land.
I am told that you are the warrior of light. But I would know for myself. I shall walk north, and you may choose to follow. Know, however, that you will be waylaid if you do, you may even perish. Should you survive, we shall speak anon.
Okay. I'm just gonna stick to the ground when moving through this. And just make sure that I don't accidentally miss one of these.
Remarkable. Truly remarkable. I thank you for granting me this indulgence. None save she who bested Lahaveria could endure such an examination. Have the laws of man grown so twisted in my absence that it is now permitted to lay hands upon an emissary? You bore witness to my audience with the antecedent, did you not? Then you know I acted only in self-defense. I realize the same cannot be said of Lahaveria. Even amongst his brethren, he is considered unique. Nevertheless, I cannot wholly condemn his misdeeds, for through them we discovered you, one so strong in the gift that she could cast us out. Your mother favors you still, that much is plain. But surely you must feel it? Her influence wanes, and her strength shall soon be spent. These lands, these people, this world, all shall soon change. As it was, so shall it be again. As it should always have been. Doubt my claims and question my motives if you will. Only believe me when I say this. I am Elidibus, emissary, bearer of the word of the one true God. And we shall meet again.
Dipus. Okay. Okay, and back to Minfilia.
Thank the gods you've returned, Shauna. After you left, I began to worry that I might have sent you to your doom. I take it our visitor proved elusive? Beg pardon? He was waiting for you? What did you do? What did he say? As it was, so shall it be again? Of when does he speak? And of what, exactly? The words of this Elidibus portend much but reveal nothing, save perhaps a measure of disdain for La Habrea. Sigh, I had hoped for answers, but it seems I shall have to be content with a wealth of additional questions.
Okay.
Let us set aside the matter of this Asian until after we have completed our move to the Rising Stones. There is but one final favor I would ask of you before I depart. I believe I mentioned before that my father was a member of the Alamagan resistance. The truth, however, is more complicated than that. As far as the Empire knew, he was their spy. He maintained the deception for nigh on half a decade, furnishing the resistance with vital imperial secrets while feeding his paymasters subtly conceived misinformation. When he died some 15 years ago, my father left behind his journal, which I have closely guarded ever since. It contains every shred of information he and his agents could steal on what they believed to be the single greatest threat to Eorzea, the Primals. Its wisdom has guided me through the years, though there is much within I still do not understand. It is my hope that Urianger will fare better. Tell him to treat it with care. It is all I have left of my father.
Okay.
I thought thee departed. To what end dost thou linger?
Okay, his or Nthalia's father apparently died because of a Gubu broke free in Ulda. Yes.
The father's final bequest, the daughter's lifelong labor. It is no small thing to surrender such a cherished memento. Well can I imagine the antecedent's pain. Upon mine honor, I swear to spare no effort in the study of these materials, lest my lady's sacrifice be in vain.
Shauna, this is Minfilia. Forgive me, but I could wait no longer. I have departed for the Rising Stones. If you have yet to. Once you have given the journal to Urianger, I bid you come to the 7th heaven in Revenant's Toll. Tater will be there to show you inside our new headquarters. Assuming you have already attuned to it, you may wish to make use of our new Etherite in Revenant's Toll. After all, it is right on our doorstep.
Okay. There we go. Walking into the room.
Oh, Shauna. You're here. Good, good. We were all wondering when you'd show up.
As I was just telling your restive receptionist here, I'm pleased to inform you that all the documents have been prepared and all signatures signed. The Rising Stones is officially yours.
Splendid. From this day forward, I will spare no effort in seeing that it is as welcoming and comfortable a home for us as the Waking Sands ever was. That said, this is all somewhat intimidating, is it not? So many unfamiliar places, and unfamiliar faces. Take that odd-looking fellow over there, for example. He's been eyeing us most suspiciously ever since we arrived. I cannot help but wonder if we are truly safe here.
Ah, that man. I can't say I've spoken to him myself, but rumor has it he's come to hunt for ancient treasures in the Crystal Tower. You've seen the structure I speak of, no? It'd be hard to miss it? That massive pillar of shining crystal that looms high over the land just to the southeast of here. If the tales are to be believed, it's a remnant of some ancient civilization. The details remain a mystery, and that's no doubt why it's drawn adventurers and scholars from all over looking to unearth its secrets. The man over there is no exception, and if my instincts are true, he knows more than most. If you're curious about the tower yourself, you could do worse than to talk to him and see what he knows. Why, if I weren't otherwise occupied with my duties here, I'd have half a mind to join you. I mean, just look at it. I can scarce begin to imagine what wonders lie inside.
Why, that's wonderful to hear. Rest assured that this receptionist will work just as hard to see that our efforts do not skip a beat despite the relocation. And with that, Shauna, I do believe it's time you officially announced your presence to everyone inside. The antecedent and the others will surely be overjoyed to see you.
The Crystal Tower Quest series is now available from the Outlandish Man. In order to progress in the main scenario, you must first complete certain quests in the Crystal Tower series. While you are granted a respite from your duties as a scion, use your time to probe the depths of the Crystal Tower and see what ancient secrets may be gleaned.
Okay. I'll wait with that until it maybe forces me to do it. Sorry. This is pretty comfy, it seems. Still have this whole thing with the like two things I need to click on, but yeah. And this just seems slightly bigger, slightly different look.
Well, it is certainly spacious. Today marks a new beginning for the scions of the Seventh Dawn, for today we declare our independence.
We shall henceforth be beholden to no nation, but serve all of Eorzea's people, proudly and openly. But this does not mean that we will sever our ties to the Eorzean alliance. On the contrary, the antecedent and I shall endeavor to strengthen them. Rest assured, however, that we shall not permit political considerations to influence our decisions.
Our identity remains unchanged, as does our cause. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and our single purpose is to safeguard the future of Eorzea.
For Eorzea.
A moment of your time, Shauna. I would speak of Elidibus.
Pardon the intrusion, my lady, but the matter which bringeth me will admit no delay. Mine every attempt to contact the students of Baldesion hath been met with silence.
No one will respond? How odd. Allow me to try. No response. Surely they would not ignore us?
They have never yet, my lady. I fear we must assume the worst.
No. No, I will not believe it. An outpost, perhaps, but not their headquarters. Their wards are beyond circumvention. Had they come under attack, they would most certainly have raised the alarm. None could penetrate their sanctum unnoticed. But for those who lack the gift and the knowledge both. Oh no. Contact their agents in the field at once. If aught has befallen the students of Baldesion, they may know of it. Though the thought of it pains me, until such time as we have evidence to the contrary, we can but assume the worst. Accordingly, we must needs seek another source of information on Elidibus.
'Tis possible that others in the homeland are possessed of such knowledge. Be fairly warned, however, they are unlike to yield it unconditionally.
Do what you must. Yet another unforeseen and unwelcome development. What could be next, I wonder? A visit from a crimson-clad Asian, perhaps? Or Ochre? Or Puce? And which of our allies will then fall silent? For a time, I thought we had gained the upper hand. When you shattered the crystal of darkness and cast out La Habrea, I dared to hope that we had found a way to rid ourselves of the Asian menace. But I was wrong. He endures, and may yet return. Upon that point, I have no doubt that Elidibus spoke true. Yet there must be a way to destroy them utterly, a way to spare this world their unholy machinations. I dare not consider the alternative. There are forces at work we do not understand, Shauna. I discern them all around, in disturbances too great and too numerous to be dismissed as mere coincidence. Doubtless the paragons are involved, but how and to what end is far from clear.
Long duty was long. Ooh. From what I can see, around 30 minutes-ish. That is on the longer side, I feel like.
I know not what will come, but I do know that we will rise and meet it as one. Ah, my stalwart hero. Your face is a picture of resolve. I know that you will be ready when the time comes. With luck, however, that will not be for a while yet. Pray return to your private affairs with my blessing. Should anything arise, you will be informed. Kryl, where are you?
Silly saying with the chat spam macro. Okay.
Your intercession was not foretold. You object? We question. Our plans are in motion, your intentions unclear. They survived the Seventh Ardor and are stronger now in the gift. Does that not intrigue you? No, it does not. Serve as you will. So too shall I. We labor not at cross purposes. The wisdom of his plan shall become apparent in time, when the veil is lifted from their eyes. And, at long last, they see.
Spamming something along the lines of, I have X skill on me, heal me to full. Okay. Apparently I got the West Realm Awoken. Nice. For the achievement. Still Waters. Earrings, all of which are not as good as what I am currently in possession of. Or technically, but not for my healing.
Truly,
class
there is
at least.
no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home when I received a request for assistance from Amajana and Sons Mineral Concern.
One point he spammed it while you were dead. Oh my god. I wonder if it could maybe be a... No, actually, what's it called, but maybe an add-on that spams it.
It would appear their storehouse in Horizon has been the target of a series of covert robberies. Minor as they seemed in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifests were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that a pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. I need hardly tell you what that may imply. The brass blades charged with investigating the thefts believe that someone within the concern is selling the crystals for profit. Alas, they have as yet been unable to identify a likely suspect, and the concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by their lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been of merely monetary value. If there is even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest but in service to a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the blades to realize their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Weishtala when you arrive. She and then Cred have already begun a preliminary investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do.
I don't know, could be, but you guess you can macro it up. But he didn't talk normal otherwise. Weird. Okay, so to Horizon. Oh, she's right there.
Ah, Shauna. Your assistance is most welcome. I have already spoken at length with the brass blades of the Rose, albeit to little avail. It would seem I could go into further detail, but your time might better be spent in conversation with Fufulipa. He is the officer charged with leading the investigation, and I would only be repeating that which he related to me. If aught eluded my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours.
Accidentally skipped some information there, but it's really not overly important.
Oh, hello there. Shauna, was it? Weishtala said to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We have yet to confirm the quantity of crystals stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than. Ah, but never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Alagan Sunway. The cart bolted off toward Eastern Then Allen, where, thank the gods, I hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident.
A speeding carriage? That would seem a curious choice for thieves of such proven cunning. Yet the MLJAA do have a foothold in eastern Van Allen. And what of their cargo? Did they carry the crystals we seek?
We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could. Did you miss me, friends? I'm back, but I fear I come bearing disappointing news. Or, on second thought, perhaps it's good news, after all.
Then cred. Wherever have you been off to?
I figured you had everything under control here, so I just took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our MLJA friends. And wouldn't you believe it? I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way, and even was able to do my small part to help my friends in the Brass Blades intercept it. In all my years, I have never seen such a prodigious quantity of somnus. The Blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls they've ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? Alas. I suppose we have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere. We should reassess our options as well. Come with us, Shauna.
Okay.
Against all expectation, it would seem the MLJA are innocent of this particular spate of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the stores of crystals exhausted during their last attempt to summon Ifrit. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain crystals, and in such quantities. It cannot be that we are dealing with simple thieves. If their motive were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we are missing something. While you think about what it might be, I shall inform Urianger of our progress, or lack thereof. Now then.
So, voiced one.
'Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's Toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
Interesting
Far across the
clothes.
sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
Let's just go with this one. A better one than what I could have.
Any bright ideas? A solitary flash of insight? No. Well then, for want of a better suggestion, I say we try picking Fufulopa's brain again. Who knows, if we work together, we may yet find something of use nestled away within it. Oh, but it is good to see you return. I have given some thought to the matter, and I have just hit upon a most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind?
Calm yourself, Fufulipa. What is this disturbing possibility of which you speak?
I was contemplating as to how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long, and then it came to me. What if there is someone among our own ranks conspiring with them, a traitor in our own midst? It would be most unfortunate if your fears proved well-founded, Fufulupa.
Indeed. If, for reasons of security, the concern decided to transfer the remaining crystals stored in Horizon to another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the brass blades were informed.
Ah, but such a shipment would surely be well guarded. Would thieves as wily as ours risk open confrontation?
Mayhap not. But neither would the concern be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they might instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret, to entrust the goods to, let us say, a lone Miko-te miner, traveling without escort so as not to attract undue attention.
But who? Ah, I see. Yes, the concern may well elect to do that. But to travel with so much cargo would be a strenuous task indeed, and this miner would certainly need to rest upon the way. Mayhap, north of the bridge to Hammerley. A fine spot for a rest, would you not agree, Shauna? You lie in wait to the north, and I shall do the same to the south. Ahem. Forgive me, my friends, but I have received new orders. I must inform my men at once. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer them some encouragement.
Okay, go in line, wait for this. Okay, these guys don't have a whole lot of health.
Stubborn to the last, as expected. You are unharmed?
Nice outfit.
A gang of sea wolf thieves, and in Van Allen, no less. I suppose there's a first time for everything.
Sea wolves? All of them?
Aye, and all with the same taste in facial tattoos. Blue, in case you were wondering.
Our thieves are a long way from home. Then Cred, if you would be so good as to attend to the outstanding matters in Horizon. I have inquiries to make.
To Horizon, then. Fufulupa will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves.
Okay.
On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to Horizon. we have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Is that so? Then, by your leave, I should very much like to have a word with the fellow in private. Ah, no. I am afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he, managed to subdue the unit of blades dispatched to detain him, and made good his escape. Oh, for the love of, and how did he manage that, exactly? Your men haven't been sampling that somnus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? And no. But he was quite strong. A sea wolf, Laminsan born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find him, you have my word on that. I see. Pray keep me apprised of any developments. Yes. She's standing next to me. Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed. Or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you?
Nice. Yeah, let's just go with the earring. Might as well just get that small boost. Apparently someone is giving away mounts here in Horizon. The person. Oh.
The antecedent bid me tell you to make for Vesper Bay, where young Alphinaud awaits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident, I am not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is that Alphinaud has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitorous brass blade. And when I do, you may rest assured that we will have our answers.
Okay, and he's down at the Viking Sands. I'll just fly down there instead of using the tokens or tickets, just in case we need them at some other point where I'm further away.
You are late. No matter, I know where our visitors are headed. From what I have been able to gather, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You are familiar with Doma, yes? In Uthard? Well, like the rest of the nations of the eastern continent, it is ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale, and, more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, do you not think? Come with me to Ul'dah, Shauna. Unless I am mistaken, and I am rarely mistaken, we will find the Domans bickering with the Sultan sworn on the royal promenade. You are uncertain of your role in the proceedings. Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be being pursued by some. And if not, who better than you to have on hand in the event of an unforeseen diplomatic incident? Besides, I do so enjoy your sparkling repartee. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Ul'dah.
Off to Ul'dah then. Once I've completed this one, I work complete this quest. Maybe the next one, I don't know yet. Might just end the stream there because we're almost at the 3-hour mark and we have hit the 10-hour mark, or 10 o'clock mark rather. Chamber Rule. Okay, we got a cutscene.
It matters not how many times you ask. Without the necessary permissions, none shall pass.
Pray understand, good sir. We have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness.
Away with you, and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again.
You know not what you do.
I gather
An
your
aura.
pleas fell upon deaf ears.
It's an aura. I'm guessing a female one due to how Horse is being portrayed and also her height.
A loyal man with a cold heart. I know his kind well.
I hope that you will find me more to your liking. Alphanod Leveler, at your service. A friend. Which, I believe, makes me very nearly unique, in this part of the world, at least. Few indeed are your allies in Ul'dah. Yet you will need some if you wish to endear yourselves to the wealthy and powerful. Pray join me and my associate at the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we shall see if there is aught we can do to help.
Okay, head off to the quicksand. Which basically just means Adventurer's Guild.
We have traveled several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
XII have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Ul'dah unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
Kiko and Kasasagi. Kasasagi, it's pronounced. Ah, there she is. Curious. I think she might have the same horns as I do, due to the direction that they're going. And she's on the slightly shorter side.
If I may, madam, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg for more when you have already offered so much, desperation compels me. Good madam, if you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people.
Okay. What would he?
Hells, why didn't you say so sooner, Shauna? Course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day, to tell the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow, see, but just sent word they can't come. Mean and I've got a boatload of foodstuffs and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. Haha. Go and call on Frigery and Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell M I said to ship the little prince's order to the Waken Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show M those letters. That should set M straight.
Okay. It's just after this quest is done, that's going to be where I end the stream. And just so it doesn't get too late for me, because I still want to try and fix my sleep schedule. Ah, that was a path we could have taken there. See that.
My, that's a rather odd request. Mayhap you misheard her instructions?
Okay, that basically is saying what she said.
You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it, you mark my words.
She's in the business of feeding refugees now. I ain't normally one to question Mistress Momadai's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man what can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry.
Okay, and then return to her.
They didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lady Yujiri it's all in hand. I dared not hope for such magnanimity, much less expect it. Mistress Momadai is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly.
Okay. The voice cutscene, perhaps? Think so.
Lady Yujiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you will be pleased with his reply.
We have been granted an audience.
Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both. We should return to the Royal Promenade at once.
You have done much for us, Master Alphanod. I swear we shall return the favor.
Naught is owed, Lady Yujiri, for naught has been given. This small favor, you fairly won with your words. And it is with words that you must win the favor of the Syndicate.
Then I shall choose them with care.
You will be accompanying us, yes. Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalatable will be required of them, assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us on the Royal Promenade.
To the Royal Promenade, talk to Roban. Assume perhaps cutscene.
A pleasure, Shauna. The others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting.
Cutscene. And is it voiced?
I, Yugiri of Doma, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Doma, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty.
Sweet potato, yep.
Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the purge.
Us protect, yep.
It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes. The law is the law, and so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than Gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Uldar's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
Okay. Let's go with this one. Okay. I think that's gonna be the point where I end the stream for today, because it's now 10:23 here in Denmark. And I still want to try and fix my sleep schedule. Plus, we've also been streaming like 3 hours and 20 minutes-ish. So yeah. Let's see. Next stream should hopefully be on Wednesday. Unless something prevents me from streaming there. Hopefully there shouldn't be. But, yeah. I don't know if there's gonna be something that prevents me from streaming there. Sleep schedule, the way to fix it is to stay up all night. I guess that is a possibility. But I kinda need to fix it somewhat soon, because, I think I mentioned this Thursday, but basically, this Thursday, I am going over to my parents because I need to basically watch their house for them and also take care of their dog, which I guess to an extent is also my dog, because they basically got it when I was still living there back in like 2016. Yeah, basically need to go there and take care of it because it's basically easier to do that than trying to find someone who's not part of the family to take care of it. But yeah, so I'm basically staying there from Thursday till Friday next week. Don't know if it's gonna be like all of the Friday or not. I don't know yet. Guess we'll see. But yeah, basically won't be able to stream that period of time, fortunately. I also need to make sure that I actually send a message to my what's that called again? Free company leader, because they sort of have a rule. Apparently, at least it's what's listed on the Discord. They have that. The fuck happened with my internet there? Internet OBS, would you please work? I think it might be back. I don't know what happened there. For some reason my upload speed basically just went from like the usual 5,000-ish all the way down to just 0. For like 20 seconds, I think. That was weird. I lost like 3,500 frames. Oh well, see it now. Alright. But yeah, I think it was basically saying that I need to send a message to my free company's leader, because they have a rule in the free company, I believe it was mentioned on their Discord, that if you're basically not online for 7 days, they just kick you out. Which kind of makes sense considering that the free company does have like 479 current members. And I think it's basically just to make sure that if people just don't log on for like a period of time, they just get kicked. But you can apparently get, like, if you mention that, hey, I'm gonna be not able to basically play for this amount of time, they basically just kick you into a ring that basically is just called like vacation, I believe. So that they know that, hey, this person is on vacation, they're not available right now. They can just stay in the guild even if they go above the 7-day away. So that's at least nice. Anyway, let's see who is currently streaming. Oh, yep, that is actually the name of the grand company that I'm in. I ended up just getting invited to it like randomly someday, like I think it was like Saturday. I was just like going into the squadron place, and it just went like, oh, here's an invite. It's kind of weird. Technically the group is called Gang Gang. Oh, for some reason. And their slogan is mess with the uwu and you get the owo. They're so weird. This group is so weird. Especially considering that I've seen their Discord. It is fucking weird. Like legitimately, some of the stuff that they have on their what is that called again? Discord, I would not be able to show on like stream. Even only Discord. Not entirely, they do have like some like useful information, but they have some channels that are Say, loot stuff. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I believe they even have 2 of such channels. 3 of them. NSFW meme, loot NSFW, and RP profile NSFW. They have 3 channels that are basically marked as not safe for work. Then they also have like a bunch of other stuff. There seems to be a lot of them that are also heavily into RP, especially ERP. Haven't participated in that a whole lot. And one with 8 blue channels. Jesus Christ. That is a lot. Yeah. I just need to make sure, I think, during Thursday, just send a message either in-game or over Discord. My free company's leader, I don't remember the name of right now. His name again. Why can I not? Why can I not? It's weird. Can't sort in-game by that. What is his name again? Wait, now I think about it, can I actually... maybe figure it out this way. I search... Okay, apparently I can search for myself. This is one of the people in EFC. Okay, that didn't work. Is that how it was spelled? Yep. Grim Pepper Hands, that's what they're called. Yeah, that's the name of the leader of the Grand Company. I don't know why. But yeah. Let's see. Who is actually currently streaming that I could host? We have... Zero Lenny with some Dark Souls 3, specifically the Cinder's Mod. Blind Banter, I don't know what that means specifically with Blind Banter. Lolathon, who is playing VR chat, as per usual. And Kaif with Phasmophobia. And apparently there's a new update in Phasmophobia. Interesting. And... I don't really recognize any of the people in the recommended section. Let's go with Lenny, I guess. He's currently against the Twin Princess, apparently. Oh well. Yeah, I guess I'll just probably be back on Wednesday, unless something prevents me from it. And if that's the case, then guess I'll see you on next Friday, perhaps? At least if I don't have the ability to stream on Wednesday, although I definitely should be able to. Who knows? But yeah. I guess until next time, guys, I'll see ya.